Hello YouTube, welcome back to a new showcase. Today we're going to be showcasing the Heretic bundle, which is Mary and Nora. Mary and Nora are heretics, basically, which means they are vampires as well as they are witches, meaning they have access to vampires' abilities as well as witches' abilities. Mary comes with this beautiful outfit as well as this beautiful morph. She looks amazing. She looks much better than she did on the old TVO. This is her walk and this is her everything. She has 500 health, 1500 magic, 500 energy, and 500 thirst. Now moving on to her keybinds. The first keybind she has is C, which is a push. Basically, you push the target away from you, dealing them a really small amount of damage. The next keybind we have is U, which is basically all sucks. You next snap the target. With a vampire side, you cannot snap witches, nor you can snap werewolves. Next keybind we have, which is the vampire keybind, it's E, which is feed. Basically what it does is that she feeds on the target, letting her thirst bar getting up. Next keybind we have, which is also a vampire keybind, it's Q, which is also next snap, but you next snap them doing this. Yeah. Moving to her next keybind, also a vampire keybind, it is F, which is a punch, basic punch. And that is it. Next keybind is M, which basically sends. You can see the targets behind walls and you can sense them. As it takes from your energy, so you have to be careful. Moving on to the next keybind, vampire keybind, which is healing. Basically, what it does, he heals the target if he had damage. Moving on to the next keybind, also vampire keybind. It's V, which is basically a vampire face. It looks like this. I love it. Beautiful, amazing. Next keybind, also a vampire keybind, which is K, a choke. It does this. Yeah. It deals the target a quite amount of damage. Last vampire keybind is G, which is a head dive. Basically, what happens is this. You head dive into the target's mind and dealing them a quite amount of damage. Next keybind you have is Self Siphon. Basically, what it does is that you siphon magic for yourself. It also takes from your energy, so you have to be careful. Also, what it does is that it siphons the wolf venom. If you had wolf venom in your body, all you gotta do is siphon it and you will be cured. Next keybind you have is Z, which is siphon. If you don't want to siphon yourself, you can siphon others by clicking on the keybind Z and holding it until like you're satisfied. It takes damage from the target and it also takes their magic away, so they will probably try to stop you. Next keybind you have is T, which is basically attack, siphon attack. You go invisible and you attack them. You go invisible and then you siphon them and then you attack them. It takes a lot of damage and it is quite useful if you think about it. Moving on to the next witch keybind, which is pain reflection. Basically what it does, it basically pain the target. Just like other witch has until you let go or the target stops you by either pushing you or punching you. Next keybind you have is N, which is invisibility. What it has is that the heretic can go invisible if you hold the keybind, and also doesn't have to say invisic in the chat. If you let go, the invisic keybind will stop. You will show to the people again. Last keybind you have is Siphon Choke. Basically, if you hold the keybind, it will do this. Basically, the more you hold, the more the target will lose health until he dies or they stop you. This was her keybind. Now we're gonna move on to her spells. The first spell that she has is Ahurum, which is basically a locator spell. What it does is that you say the spell and then you say the target and you will locate them knowing their place or where they're looking at. Now I am locating Hope Michelson. Next spell that she has is Confuso Ignos Mortifina. Basically, what this spell does is that to put everyone around you on fire, just like this. It basically puts them on fire and it deals quite a lot of damage. Moving on to the next spell we have is Eder. Basically what Eder does is that she forces everyone, or like forces the target, not everyone, only the target to come your way, just like this. It is very useful if the target is trying to run away from you. Moving on to the next spell we have is Glacias Corporis. Basically, what it does is that it turns the target into a glass, and they shatter, but like if they are under 200 health for game passes, and for free witches they shatter without being under 200 health. Moving on to her next spell, which is Impulsa. Basically, what it does is that it does wind, I don't know, like electricity wind, and it pushes everyone away. Moving on to the next spell we have is Invisic Passim, which is a mass Invisic spell. Basically what it does, it puts everyone around you invisible and they cannot be seen for a while. But you have to click on who you want to make invisible. For me, I clicked on Hope and I clicked on Haley, and they're now both invisible for a period of time until they come back. Just like this. Next we have is Triangular Confractus. Basically chokes the targets that are around you, and next snap the vampires. TVO used to have that before, so it didn't change. Next spell we have is Victaye, which basically makes you go attack the target with a push, and then you will teleport behind him and basically punch him with a punch. Just like this. He also deals a respectful amount of damage. That was Mary, and now we're gonna move on to Nora. Moving on to Nora. Nora is also a heretic. She's in the same bundle as Mary. Nora outfit is amazing. This is how she looks like, and this is her hair. This is her morph, and this is her move. She looks amazing, fantastic, and I love it. Overall, I love it. Now she has 500 health and 1500 magic, as well as 500 energy and 500 thirst. I'm not gonna showcase Nora because Nora exactly has the same things as Mary, nothing different, the same spells, the same everything. The only thing different is that some of the voice lines, like choke, it will basically give this voice line. Yeah, basically that's like the only difference between her and Mary are the voice lines. Overall, the other things are the same, exactly the same. So if you watched Mary Showcase, you will be able to do the same as I did to Mary to Nora. Basically the same. That's why they are in the same bundle and they are worth 1,200 magic. Now, I would like to say thank you so much, Esme, my best friend, for letting me showcase Sybil, Jen, and Nora and Mary on your account. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, and follow me on Twitch. Join my Discord server, the link down in the description, as well as my Roblox group. Check the shop, and I'll see you on the next video.